So I think the most surprising thing for me was actually that the top five remained unchanged over the past year. That hasn't happened in the entire 15 years that I've worked on the index. And in between the surveys, we obviously did an interim survey, and there was actually change at the top. But to see a completely unchanged top five, to see that stability was very surprising, especially given that we've got huge currency fluctuations and cost of living fluctuations taking place around the world. Having said that, the biggest change, which probably isn't surprising, was the fall of Caracas from the top 10 into the bottom 5. And that just shows how prone these cities are to big currency changes and how that can drive the cost of living up or down. I think there's a structural thing. There's two things at play. In Western Europe, it's very much a structural thing. These cities have long been expensive places. They've long been pricey places to visit. Places like Paris, for example, despite the decline of the euro, still remains a very expensive location. And I think that relates to the fact that they're hubs. They're long established. Lots of people go and visit them. It raises prices. Ground rents are traditionally very high as well. In Asia, it's much more about emerging cities. The region is coming through. There's been a lot of currency appreciation in Asian countries. That's one other factor. And also North American cities and other locations, they're structurally quite cheap because they obviously have shorter supply chains, more developed retail sectors. So groceries and items like that tend to be a bit cheaper.